Impactful Moments in American History podcast. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com.
You never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, everyone. It's Candace Cameron Bure.
Hey, everyone. It's Phil Sims.
It's Dolores Catania.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kix Brooks.
It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Rob Paulson.
I'm Ryan Serhant.
Hey, everyone. I'm Nicole Palizzi.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
What's up, guys? It's Nia Sue, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
The FBI says it arrested a suspect Wednesday disrupting a plot to bomb the New York State Capitol in Albany. First Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of New York, John Sarcone, telling reporters the suspect was carrying out the attack on behalf of ISIS.
Jessica Bowie, age 35, of Albany, New York. She's charged with 1 count of 18 U.S.C. 2339B, attempting to provide material support or resources to a designated foreign terrorist organization.
Bowie allegedly planned to flee to Syria and consider bombing the White House or Times Square in the future. She bought the materials at a hardware store earlier this month, according to court documents, and allegedly told informants she would hide the explosive device inside a DoorDash bag. The Army shutters a Europe-based unit that focused on learning drone warfare. Fox's Lisa Lacera with more.
Soldiers in the 173rd Airborne Brigade have been experimenting and building their own drones and participating in drills on waging unmanned warfare for nearly a year. But the Army's acting chief of staff has ordered the battalion to refocus on its core mission of being an airborne infantry unit, according to the Wall Street Journal. The move comes as part of a broader reshuffling of the Army under acting chief of staff General Christopher Leneve. The Army's top uniformed leader since Secretary of War Pete Hegseth removed General Randy George in April. Ukraine has been using drone warfare as part of its war with Russia. Lisa Lacera, Fox News.
And a new $2.4 billion light rail project's moving forward in Los Angeles. The nearly 7-mile rail line will include 11 new stations. It's designed to make commuting easier for thousands of people in communities across the city. The project is also going to connect riders with existing public transit, providing more options for getting around without a car. Construction already underway. Passenger service currently expected to begin in 2031. I'm Ted Lindner. This is Fox News.
Boss 104, Star 101, The Point, and Micronesia Mall present the 3rd Annual Home and Lifestyle Expo. Saturday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Micronesia Mall Center Court. Join us as we showcase an abundance of Guam businesses to help you buy a home and create a lifestyle that tailors to you. Booth spaces are available now, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that specializes in landscaping, realty, furniture, home insurance, and more, call 671-888-RDIO. That's 888-7346 and ask for Doris, Daryl, Shanzi, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Home and Lifestyle Expo, don't hesitate to call us. 671-888-7346. See you soon.
Listen to The Point anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Find your favorite stations like The Point and discover more. Music stations, local and trusted news sources, sports talk and team coverage, plus today's biggest podcasts. Find it all on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
It is 1700 hours and 7 minutes. It's time for Veterans with Benefits, a special program with your veteran host, Karina Ballista, and Ray Shinahara.
Off a day, everybody.
Thank you, Jose. Welcome back, everyone. So we didn't have a show the past 2 weeks, but that's okay because we get today for 2 hours. Thank you, Jose, for coming back home.
I missed you guys.
We missed you too, bro.
I know. And as always, we want to thank our sponsors. Ambrose Inc., Hebzibah Family Medical Clinic, American Legion Post 1. Don't forget about second Saturday, Steak Day. Every second Saturday. Domino's Pizza, thank you to Dane, giving pizzas to our Veteran of the Week. Then Master Blasters for all your blasting needs. The Most Services with Rob Jackson. And then JTC Services, also veteran owned, and 11Z's right behind the radio station, offering 11% discount for veterans and military. And then, of course, the nonprofit organization that we're a part of, HMI. And then Guam Junk Callers, call them at
788-JUNK.
Yes. A local jerk, also veteran owned, Marvin Crisostomo. In-N-Out Barbecue, where a veteran works. Yes?
Yeah, I actually did work there last week. It was, thank you for everybody who came and gave me a hard time.
Aww.
Now I'm on the radio.
Aww.
And if you call in while we are on the radio, you could get a free meal at In-N-Out Barbecue.
671-888-TALK. Call in. And then, always, my favorite part, Veteran of the Week. This week, we're proud to recognize Ronald Batimana as our Veteran of the Week, a son of Guam born in June 1968. Ronald raised his right hand in Dededo and entered active duty training in 1987, leaving the island for Fort Gordon, Georgia, home of the U.S. Army Signal Corps. There he trained with the 369th Signal Battalion, 15th Signal Brigade, completing the 8-week wire system installer course and earning the military occupational specialty 36 Charlie. Wire systems installer. He was awarded the Army Service Ribbon and qualified as a sharpshooter with the rifle. Wire systems installers are the soldiers who make communication possible. They run and maintain the cable and wire that carry the orders, the coordinates, and the calls for help. It is heavy, unglamorous work done in the heat, the mud, and the dark, and no unit in the field operates without it. Upon completing his training, he returned home to Guam and was assigned to the 721st Signal Company, Cable and Wire, at Fort Juan Muñoz Tumuning, continuing his service in the Guam Army National Guard. Si Diyos Maasi, Ronald, for answering the call and for serving both our island and our nation. We are honored to stand behind you.
Thank you for your service, man.
Yes, that was great. I didn't know that that's what they did, but that's an important job.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to Fort Gordon.
Yeah? How is it?
I was a kid. It's really hot in Georgia, but they have a really good hospital there, Eisenhower, Dwight Eisenhower Hospital also. But yeah, the Signal Corps is pretty cool.
Mm. So we didn't get to talk about all the things that we wanted to talk about, and Chuck's not with us today.
Yeah.
But
thanks to everybody that jumped on thinking that we were going to do our Monday show and were listening. Probably saw us but didn't hear the audio. We were having some technical difficulties. So everybody, thank you for, wanting to listen to the show that didn't happen.
And we were having so much fun. I think Chuck was in and out of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then today I didn't share the link like right when we went live, which I normally do. What I did was I sent out a link for Facebook, YouTube, online, and then on 93.3 for those to, like an hour ago to watch our show.
We were telling pretty good jokes, though.
Oh, my
gosh. Good dad jokes.
What was that one joke you told me? And I was like, are you okay, Ray? Like, what are you saying?
I don't know. It was just like a whole litany of dad jokes.
Well, we can do, catch up about what we were talking about, right? So recap. We did go over the Take Care of America Veteran Act, right? There were 60 bipartisan bills, but it stalled because what they wanted to do was take from our veterans that will be filing in the future, right, for tinnitus and sleep apnea. So a lot of different veteran organization groups said, hey, wait, hold on. We already served. Why are you taking away something that we already earned to fund something else that we also earned? Right. So that stalled. That was something that we talked about, because when it stalled, the bills that came with it died as well. So they're saying, well, why don't you just separate it and determine, what the outcome would be for that one instead of putting it all together with all the other ones that could have gone through because of that funding issue. But that's the way it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
things like that help change in the future happen, so it benefits those veterans, but we have to stand up and fight for it. Just thinking that you can just watch and listen, like that's one thing, but like to participate in that dialogue, especially when it gets to the floor in the Congress and Senate, or just being a good steward as a veteran. And if you feel like there's an issue, bring it up to your congressman. And see what they can do to help facilitate change, especially when it comes to something that relates to you as a veteran.
Right. And speaking of congressmen, we just had our 5th annual Veteran Symposium.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, and before that, we had the Benefits Boot Camp.
We did, yeah.
Right? That was not at GIGO. No, what was one after GIGO? No. At the symposium. I think I sent it to you, Jose. At the symposium. And I did want to go over the different people that were there, right? Because we want to thank them. We had a whole lot of people there, and I'm talking presenters and veterans alike. And as he pulls it up, of course, Anthony opened the symposium every day, recapping every day, thanking the ones that we had every day. If we can go back one, Jose, there. So we had Dr. Gina Rojas. So because we had it at UOG, we really wanted them to share the numbers. How many veterans are enrolled? How many graduated? What programs do you have for veterans, and are they utilizing it? And so she shared some of the numbers, and that was great that she opened for us. And then the next speaker we had was Senator Sabrina Salas Mantanani. She shared information about all the different bills, that were passed or in the works for veterans in the legislature. And she also shared about the $14 million grant for the cemetery that the GOVA office missed the deadline on. So now they'll have to rework the whole thing next year. And that was, something they covered in the legislature during one of the oversight hearings was, what's the status? Why aren't we going to meet it? And when the director said, well, we're not going to meet it. So then I think she, kind of got upset because she helped them write 2 of the grants. And then she said, look, I have it right here. And so that made the news, which was unfortunate that it made the news. But, bad things make the news. But the good thing that didn't make the news was that we actually had this, that so many veterans attended, and we brought the resources available for the veterans in one place. Yeah. And it was 3 days long. And then, of course, we had, is it Auntie Bobby? Auntie Bobby, yeah. Yes, that's Auntie Bobby. So, she's a grief recovery specialist. So she shared her story. And the program that she went through was actually started by a veteran because of his grief of losing his son. So Auntie Bobby's presentation is always amazing. Next one. Oh, and then we had Justin Green. So what Justin Green did was he made these hand-carved these canes, and he was selling them. And he was going to raffle off one at the end, and he did. And so this is a fundraiser for the Typhoon Bavi. So the proceeds would go to Typhoon Bavi. And then at the end, he donated a portion of it to HMI as well.
Awesome.
And there's Uncle Johnny. And then I think that's Bill next to Anthony. And then one of the spouses of a veteran. And then I'm trying to wait till you get to the shoes because that's the important part. Oh, I think that was showing the flag of HMI. And, having it at UOG was just a perfect location. It was centrally located. Parking was great. And we got to use the lecture hall. Mr. Rick and Mr. O'Forkey helping. Is that General Paulino? Yes, General Paulino. And then we also had Pete come and help. And this is our registration table. So the thing that, and this is Mr. Sablon. He donates to HMI all the time. Thank you for your donation, Mr. Sablon. And then, this was Rob Jackson's from Service to Strength. So he talked about resiliency for veterans, and his presentation was amazing. I wish I had filmed it because, Rob, that was a great presentation. And then this is Mr. Oforki putting up the signs on each side of the lecture hall because, you can't see the lecture hall from the road.
Yeah.
So we put the signs on each sidewalk. That was really good. And then this was Frank. Yeah, Frank Camacho. So even though it was 3 days long, some veterans can only make it certain days, right? Because there are still some veterans that are working.
Yeah.
But we had over 100 show up. And then this is Mr. Ed Tovis from K9 LLC teaching training dogs to be service dogs and also training dogs to help with medication.
Nice.
And he's a veteran. And then this is Rick, another Rick. We have more than one Rick. And then who is this? Charlie. Is that Charlie? Mm-hmm. Charlie Hermosa, veteran business development. So Charlie talked about, veterans, you have all these options, right? If you don't want to work, you can start a business. And he basically, told us about all the businesses he started, and it's never too late to start a business. So, of course, he has Beans and Barrels. He has Bella Wings. I think this was the first day. I don't know if we could see all the people, but I think that's Charlie on one side, Rob on the other side. They have our HMI guide on. I think this is right before we broke for lunch.
Nice.
Speaking of lunch, man, for breakfast, we catered from Agu Catering, and their fried rice, I don't know what the heck they put in it, but it was so good. Like, no one could get enough of it.
Awesome.
And then, of course, we had all the veterans, because you cannot eat inside the lecture hall. We had all the veterans eat on either side in the rotunda, and it was so nice. And, they got to know each other. They exchanged numbers. Yeah. How you doing? And they actually met people that they knew or they served with, right? And, I was telling you, right, a lot of the veterans in the crowd. And then, of course, we had our Benefits Boot Camp 55 in the afternoon. And a lot of the veterans in the crowd have never filed a claim. Mm-hmm. And I actually did the analysis, the breakdown of who was in the room. And then we always start by veterans giving testimony. Your name, branch of service, and whether or not you filed a claim. And then Payless, they donated gift cards to us.
Super cool.
A few weeks ago, we did an outreach at Payless, and they donated this gift card to us. So we said, hey, let's give away these gift cards. So they gave us $100 worth of gift cards. So each day we pulled a name of those that registered. So none of them knew until the end. So we pulled the name, and that's what they got.
It's definitely worth highlighting. Like, it may be a symposium.
There's Ego Catering.
Yeah. But it's Boot Camp 55. Mm-hmm. 55 iterations of educating.
We had ESGR there. Mm-hmm. Their presentation was pretty good too, and it was right before lunch, so I feel so bad for them because they knew that their presentation was right after lunch. And then the next one, and Chuck Hazard was there. So there were over 100 openings at DZSB, and these are some of them. So they had like a whole table there. They were there for 3 days, and they were doing interviews. And I don't think they hired on the spot, but they were doing interviews, and this was great. And then this is the Elder Justice Center, and they actually were taking names and they were helping people right there. And a lot of this is property, deeds, power of attorney, and just different questions, right? Because a lot of the veterans that we help fall under the eligibility to be seen. And then I'm telling you, and then we had Roro up there. He was sharing all the great things that VFW is doing on the island for kids. And this weekend, they're actually having their, I'll send you that during the break, Jose. They're having their golf tournament. And so HMI sponsored a team. Because I was like, hey, Roro, sorry we can't make it, but can we sponsor a team? And then who's this? Oh, Justin Green. So I feel so bad for Justin. Sorry, Justin, I skipped you like the first day. I said, Justin, I'm going to have you talk about your canes. And I completely forgot because we were just so busy. So the next day I made sure he had his own slide. And I think you're showing a video. This was the outer lobby. So if you've been to the lecture hall, you see a little lobby area. That's where all of the different, I think it's behavioral health. They only came for 1 day. But they got to see a lot of veterans and speak to them. Who's this?
Behavioral health from where?
Guam Behavioral.
Okay.
And then Veterans Journal. We got to have him on the radio. So this is Phil Cruz. He published a book, and then he also has a website. I think it's a Veterans Journal. I need to find that website. So what he does is he does different interviews, and he pushes them online. He interviewed one of the World War II survivors that came here.
Cool.
Yeah. And then who's this? Oh, GSAT. Of course we have GSAT. That's Leia. She was showing us the different technology that came out. I don't think she brought the meta glasses, but she did talk about it. And then more veterans during break. Oh my God, have you been to the lecture hall lately? It is freezing. We had to take multiple breaks because everyone needed to warm up. It was so cold. And then of course after every presenter there was Q&A. Anthony was the mic guy. And then Congressman's office. So the congressman couldn't come, but Nestor did give us a presentation about all the different things happening in Congress, and then they presented us with a certificate. So thank you. Oh, this was a popular one. VA Home Loans, Vince Estella. I was just on the phone with Vince earlier. I was like, hey, Vince, make sure you call into the radio show. He's like, why? What's going on? I was like, people keep asking about you, even after the boot camp. So I saw him, I think at King's. I was leaving and he was coming. And he's like, man, Karina, I have so many people on my calendar now because of your symposium. And I said, yeah, Vince, we have to just keep, sharing your name because a lot of veterans don't know about VA Home Loans. And he also talked about something else, construction loans.
Yeah.
And he didn't know, a lot of veterans didn't know that you can get a construction loan. And then there's Chuck. He gave us a little history of DZSP, Amentum, and then the different jobs he has open. And then he also brought his HR lady and said, hey, what's the oldest employee that we have? A 91-year-old plumber.
Awesome.
So he said, veterans, even though you're retired or you think you don't want to work anymore, maybe you qualify for some of these jobs. So that was a great presentation. And then thank you to Domino's. They donated pizza to us the second day. And then also to Payless, they donated fruit and vegetables on the third day. And the veterans just loved it. And then we had breakfast every morning from Egu Catering. I'm telling you, their fried rice, I don't know. And now look at this. This is a picture. What is it? Worth 1,000 words. Now, the reason why they're pointing at their feet is because a veteran that HMI assisted that knows who Anthony is and about HMI and nonprofit, he came across some shoes, and it was either they were going to send them back or destroy the shoes. He said, wait a minute, I know a nonprofit that can help people and distribute these shoes instead of us doing that. So they contacted HMI, and we received the shoes. Now, before our boot camp, before the symposium, we already had the shoes. Mm-hmm. So we weren't going to announce it because we're like, if we announce it, a lot of people are just going to come for the shoes, right?
Right.
So we didn't announce it, but we did give the shoes away to Harvest House before the symposium, and we also gave some away to Ukuru High School.
Awesome.
So this is the second day. So we gave them away the second day. So this is the third day. So they actually wore the shoes to the symposium, and these were great shoes. These were Nikes. These were Uggs. These were Jordans. These were Vans.
No Skechers slip-ons.
No Skechers slip-ons. They were really nice. So look at them. I think those are Jordans at the end. And I need to check the survey results because I haven't done that yet. Because, we asked the veterans, hey, always looking for ways to improve. What'd you think? So these are all the boxes outside. And then these are the ladies. What is this? Oh, and then, of course, at the end of this is our exercise for, I think this is VA math. Yeah, this is the VA math exercise, right? Because 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 60 is not 100. Everything is by percentage, and it goes by a board. And then Chief Mary Uggan goes, what were you guys doing here? So this is Anthony talking about CMP exams. So I think he was talking about, you know this one, right? I don't want to root for anyone that's never been to our benefits boot camp, but this is something Anthony does on the third day. And then Q&A. And then there's our certificate from the congressman's office. And then there's the cane giveaway. Mr. George won the cane. That was nice. Thank you to Justin for doing that. And this is all the veterans who received the shoes, thanking us, thanking Anthony, because I always remind everyone, without the idea of someone, Anthony Tyron, HMI would not exist today. And that's Justin. He donated money to HMI. These are so after benefits, after our event was done, we took all the remaining shoes and we donated it to another nonprofit who would do a final distribution. So this was the boxes that were left over. And then Alicia Limtiaco, she attended every day. Awesome. All 3 days, and she donated some food to us, and then she actually listened to some veterans and what their concerns were, and I think she really stayed there to hear those stories. And then she also said that her father is a veteran, and the struggles she saw him go through. And then what else do we have there? Oh, okay. And this, HMI will be at the second annual Civil Legal Needs and Program Priority Conference. So this is the second annual one. Remember we had Edna in here?
Yep.
And Basil. Mm-hmm. This is where we're going to be on September 2nd. We actually are double booked September 2nd and on Saturday. So September 2nd, we're also going to be at, I think, Hyatt. What's happening at Hyatt? Oh, Guam Behavioral. They're having a Go Piece something. So we're actually double booked on that day. And then on this Saturday, I don't have it here because not the only ones that are attending that are Yellow Ribbon. So Saturday, we're also going to be at Hilton for the Yellow Ribbon event. So we were invited there to have a table there. Oh my gosh. And now it's time for a break. Whew. Woo. It was a 3-day event. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits. We'll be right back.
Rainy season is here. Let the experts at Triple J Tire Center help get your vehicle rain ready with top brand tires like Continental, General Tire, Yokohama, Kumo, Omni, and Triangle. Over 800 sizes in stock. Buy 3, get 1 free deal plus 20% off, or buy 2 tires and get 15% off on all passenger and light truck tire purchases. Free gift with every 4 tire purchase while supplies last. Call 649-TIRE or visit behind ITC building in Tamuning. Guam's fastest tire service and the only 24/7 tire emergency roadside service. Special orders available. Triple J Tire Center. Customers first.
At Guam Regional Medical City's Cancer Center, your care is our priority. We provide comprehensive treatment services tailored to your needs with compassionate support every step of the way. Our expert team specializes in hematology and oncology, delivers advanced radiation therapy, and offers personalized chemotherapy infusions in a comfortable setting. We also provide effective pain management and a full range of outpatient infusion services, including blood and iron transfusions. We're here for you, supporting your entire journey right here at home. Guam Regional Medical City, comprehensive cancer care close to home.
Back. Ray goes, you talk a lot. You didn't give me a chance to talk. I was like, well, because you weren't at the symposium. He was working. He was working. That's okay, Ray.
I remember where we left off with Ray.
I know, right?
He was talking about the 55th boot camp that HMI has gone through. And I too think that's something to be congratulated.
And the evolution of it, right? Now they give, if you attend, you get one of these really awesome cheat sheet books. I have one. You should have one if you're a veteran.
Yes.
So you can help other people with their claims and get away from all these claim sharks that are charging all these. Oh, man. I can't even start with that.
Oh, I know. So, I was in a meeting earlier and he goes, this guy. I was like, oh, I know that guy. So this guy, he got helped by HMI and he got 70%. And now he's complaining, right, that the Nexus letter that he paid for got denied. I told him, all you have to do is appeal. And this is the guy that wouldn't attend my benefits boot camp. Mm-hmm. And you can get denied and denied and denied a lot of times, but guess what? You do not quit. How many times did you get denied?
Too many.
And what was the longest time that you started and quit? 2 years.
Yeah.
It took you 2 years.
No, we shouldn't even talk about those 2 years. We should talk about the 12 years that I should have put the effort and time into it so I could get what I deserve, really, right? And everybody deserves, a number out of it, depending on like what you went through. At the end of the day, it's about what you went through and how it's affected your life. And that's what we're after.
With 55 boot camps, I mean, that's a lot. That's once a month, yeah?
Yeah.
Every month,
How many new veterans do you get each time? Or is that just something that's not able to be accounted for?
No, I have the data. Like I said, everyone, that's why I tell the veterans, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to fill all these things out and scan these QR codes. And then because I collect a lot of data. And so I was telling Ray, when we were walking over that I actually did the data and I analyzed all the data for the attendees of Benefits Bootcamp 55. And most of them have never filed a claim.
Yeah.
Or the rest of them have been denied and just never knew they could reapply. So going back to that one veteran from earlier. So he's complaining, spreading rumors about HMI, this and that. And I said, this is the veteran that I kept saying, hey, you come to us all the time. And we actually helped him get to 70%. Then because the one time he doesn't want to appeal, he's just going to go to the Philippines and pay thousands of dollars. And I warned him. I said, for all the times we helped you, you've never donated to HMI and you're getting all this money once a month. And when I ask you to donate to HMI, it's like I'm asking you for your left leg, but you want to go to the Philippines and pay $10,000 or more. And that money goes into someone's pocket. And here, this is what we do with the money. All of that food there, that was paid from donations from veterans that came before them. And so there are some veterans that just want, the quick response, right?
Yeah.
Because what they do is they get together, when they're drinking and they're buddies and they're like, oh, I got 100%, I got 100%. And they go and do it with the claim shark, right? But I always tell veterans, something like this, it takes work and you have to prove it. Instead, they're getting like illegal DBQs in the Philippines because those doctors in the Philippines, they don't care. They'll write whatever you want as long as they can get the money under the table. That's what a claim shark is. Yeah. And the VA is cracking down on DBQs and nexus letters that are not done in your zip code, by the way. So for all the ones going to the Philippines, there's something to say about the ones that want it quick, right? Because guess what the VA does? They audit a lot and they will audit your claim. And if you don't have the right medical evidence, they will reevaluate your claim.
Yep.
We should talk about that. The 5, 10, 20-year rule about reevaluating and permanent and total.
That's a mindset, I think, that, not just veterans, but everybody around wants this quick results thing. We live in the day of internet, when the microwave came in.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Yeah.
And I can understand, how some people want something right away, especially when it has something to do with health, with something to do with fixing something about themselves. But yes, keep bringing and keep reminding them that this, even though we're here to help, we're still working with a bureaucracy. We're still working with paperwork. And if they were in the military, they understand completely about paperwork and documentation, because dotting I's and crossing T's was what my dad did. And it didn't matter what it was. I helped him write out SOPs or retype SOPs into a computer. It was back in the 80s on how the soldiers were to brush their teeth or to tie their shoes, which is something simple. But this is what it's about. And I know it's frustrating, but the results are going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's actually a lot of talk online right now about how the military is now versus how it was before. Like, ridiculous, right? At the end of the day, everybody's experience is unique to them and how they served, especially with the units that they served with. But everybody played a role to make that machine work. And to everybody out there that's listening, that's still in or in the reservists or National Guard, thank you for your service and what you do. We support you. But when people, especially the old timers, start to call in and they're just like, man, back in my day, well, everybody's days were hard, right? And how you took it. It may seem like it's a little bit easier, but, this generation is definitely being exposed to a lot of things that a lot of guys from Vietnam, from OIF, OEF, have never experienced, especially those drone things, right? Like wild. I don't know why we're trying to, beat our chests about whose service was better or harder or whatever. We did our job to serve, to protect what we want to protect, which is freedom, right? Crazy.
So I need to get back to that guy because it's really frustrating me. Because this is the second time I heard his name in 2 weeks. So, I mean, I wish I could call him out and say his name, but he knows exactly who he is.
Do it.
Because there are a lot of veterans that are in his boat, right? They want the help. They want the help. They want the help. They'll text me all hours of the day. Hey, what do I do with this, and this? But yet when I ask to donate, crickets, or he'll get mad at me. Like this one veteran that got 100, not 100, he got 90%. He got $47,000 back pay. And when I said, oh, don't forget to donate to HMI, he leaves the chat. And he's like, well, I don't agree with that. I'm like, okay, all right. So this week alone, this is how many veterans have got their percentage. 100%, 80%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 60%, 80%, 90%, 100%, 80%, and I just found out a 100% just before I came here.
But to be clear, there's no mandate to donate.
No, there's not.
Okay, because I don't want any veteran to say, oh, I don't want to go to HMI because they're going to push strong-arming into giving a percentage.
Yeah,
but that's not what this is about.
But they're all from Guam, right? So Chinchuli. Right?
I know, but again.
No.
Do what's right.
We have a donation box, right, that we have at every Chatting with the Coach. And, we tell veterans, and I also remind them, hey, do you guys like that food we had at Chatting with the Coach? Yeah. Guess who paid for that? Veterans that came before you. So the least someone's donated was $1. The most someone's donated was $5,000 from one veteran.
Donate $1? Nice.
You're donating your time to HMI. And that's another thing. You see how hard we work. And, and if you can only donate your time or your truck, then come and donate to us. Just bouncing and saying, nah, I'm good. I got everything I needed from you. Because there are those rumors out there. Go to them, just go to them. Don't pay them anything. No. But, let's go to the Philippines and donate. Not donate. Give thousands of dollars away to someone that's going to put it in their pocket. Oh, and we got a phone call. Yay.
Mr. Anthony.
Okay. Wait. Let me hope I do this right.
Did
I do it right?
You undid it.
Oh, no.
Press it again.
Oh, do we hang up on them?
There you go.
How about now? Is he there? Hello? I don't hear anything.
Hey, half a day.
Are you there? Todd's at nothing. Hello? Did I hang up on him?
Call back. I'll reset the phone.
Yeah, call back.
Call back. Did I hang up on him, though? Is it the first button or the second button?
You did not.
Okay.
Let's try this again.
How about now? Did I do it right? How about now?
Anthony, just call back in about 5 minutes.
How about now? How about now? There he is.
Hello.
Yay.
Am I here?
Yes.
Am I here?
Wait, quick. What is your name?
My name is Anthony Wayne Cruz Tyron.
Woohoo!
Hey, half a day.
And I think you're running for senator, and I think all the veterans miss your
Damn,
voice.
and because you called, you're getting a gift certificate for free lunch.
Anthony, I think you can donate that back to the next caller.
I was going to say donate it to the next caller on my behalf.
You're so sweet.
Thank you for that. But
what's up, man?
Anyway, it's good to hear you all on there, man. I miss hanging around with you guys.
Aww.
You guys are super cool.
You just missed the after. After the mics are off, right? Because that's when we really talk. Right, Jose?
Yeah, that's a really fun part.
That's the part where we get into debates.
Yes. So I kind of heard everyone. I heard you guys. Well, not everyone. I heard Miss Karina talking about the symposium, and of course that was quite a thing. All the veterans coming up there talking and presenting. Really building a great community. I know we were trying to get Ray on there to do his piece, but I think his schedule didn't permit. But
sorry.
Don't worry.
Then he gets mad at me on the radio during the break and say I didn't let him talk about anything. But he also wasn't at the symposium,
I
so
think he was right.
But he wasn't at the symposium.
I was not at the symposium. I
so
apologize.
How can he share about all the different things? He was not there every second of every day.
That's why I'm here on the radio. We can talk about it now.
Anyway, but yeah, good stuff. Great things that are going on there. I think our veterans were really happy about what happened. So, we got to keep that going all the time. We're changing those lives through all the folks that are volunteering. So, they might say, well, oh, you did this and did that. Well, actually, a lot of people did that, and most of it is from the good help of our veterans. I mean, and all of us pulling together to really take care of making things better for each other, right? I mean, I often lean on Ray there to talk about his piece on, being a social worker and really just trying to help our veterans. So really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Jose, right, whenever he's in town, right, he's always helpful. So, he's the son of a veteran. So
whenever he's in town.
When he's not in town.
Yeah, I don't know what
miss me.
I don't know what he's doing when he's not in town.
I know.
We're definitely not on the radio.
Anthony, what can you tell us about those shoes that we got? Because that's where I left off.
Oh, yeah. So, we had helped out a veteran, and he wanted to just, get back with us and, see how we can help give back by him giving to us. And, we got together, and, of course, the Harvest House has been a really big thing that we needed to help with. Well, hang on. So I guess you guys know where I'm at now, but,
Tell us where you're at and what you're doing over there.
Well, I'm doing some things anyway. So, just the whole idea behind when we help our veterans, right? They do more great things for our entire island, and that's why we got to keep doing that, And many of these veterans, just like Ray, it's just we really didn't have to do too much for Ray. We just had to turn it in, and that doing that is really such a hard thing to work on and do, So trying to get that out there and help with that's I think something that will really help our veterans. So, we helped the one veteran. He had a contact that wanted to really take care of what we're doing, and that's how we ended up, giving to our kids that needed over at the Harvest House, and then some other nonprofits that, are related to our veterans somehow. So we appreciate that, and I think our veterans really enjoyed it, and they were happy. I mean, it's very rare we get to do that for our veterans, so something like that is just huge when it comes to taking care of them, So great stuff, and I think everybody can see that when they said to give it to people that need it, obviously we as veterans, we honor that requirement, and that's what we did to take care of our veterans and the other folks that needed it.
Mm-hmm.
So great stuff, and hopefully we can get more of that. I'm sure if there's one company doing that, there potentially could be another one that's, needing some of our ability to get more of those things out to our veterans or to other nonprofits as well.
I think your contact said he would like to do this every year because shoes go out of style, right?
Yeah.
There are some, and they're still great shoes. Like they had the little tissue paper. Like these are new shoes.
Yeah.
They just never made it to the floor, apparently.
Right.
So I think he said he wants to do this every year, and this is something for to give back, right? Because we gave some to Harvest House. So we did get children's shoes, and all the children's shoes were donated to Harvest House.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is, and it's so awesome. But
the question I have for you is, what size combat boots do you wear?
Well, it depends. Are you talking about the jungle boots, or because those boots that they issue at basic training, right? Those sizes aren't correct. They said get your foot in there.
Yeah. Shove it in there. Tie it up.
Yeah.
And that's probably why people have bad...
What did you wear? Like Nike boots or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, but I did buy some after basic because we were allowed to buy which ones we wanted. Just, this is what
and
he does.
And you wore
to
white
me.
socks too, huh?
He picks on me.
Oh.
No one can see the socks, Ray.
And you put your hands in your pocket, huh?
Oh my God! Yeah.
When it was cold. You want me to say yes? I think he wants me to say yes.
I actually sewed up my pocket so I'd never put my hands in it.
Did you really? I think you're lying.
In the Marines, it's bad.
Yeah, but don't you need your pockets to carry stuff around?
No. Your pockets are there just for looks. You can't use it. You weren't issued availability.
Okay, Anthony, this is what I have to deal with Ray.
Oh, well, that's great.
No, that's a true story. If you understand what I'm talking about, give us a call. I'll give you a free meal.
Yes.
And maybe I'll buy you if you're size 11 in jungle boots, I'll give you a used pair.
Oh God.
Oh wow, man. We're really. This is the ante's going up. I like it already.
we have fun. We have fun here.
Well, we have to. That's what we're there for. And like even just with what we do, right? We poke a little fun at the stuff that we deal with, right? That helps us to feel a little bit like together we're commiserating, if you will. And by doing that, people say, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's not that bad. So, everybody's getting denied and everybody's doing this and that. So now we get to say, okay, if that's the case, then let's join together and see how we can go after it again,
That's what I should share, Anthony. I shared earlier that we had all these veterans have 80%, 90%, 100%. I'm going to start counting all the denials. Oh, but by the way, we got denied this, we got denied this. So a lot of veterans do that. They lead with, hey, Karina, I got denied. But then they're like, oh, but I got an increase 10%. Why don't you tell me that? They want to concentrate on the negative, but not the positive, right? I was like, hey, but you went up 10%, So that's something that we should talk about, right?
Yeah, but also the reality of why people are getting denied. A lot of times, it's just people aren't doing their job on that other side.
No, it's called the Kaluza Triangle, and Jose's going to show it right now. You know that triangle, Jose? Let's talk about this triangle, Anthony. So, what are the 3 things we need?
Diagnosis.
Well, I think Jose said we need to take a break. Just stay on the line, Anthony. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
It's Bubba back at KFC. Get ready for the return of a crowd favorite. KFC Korean hot wings and KFC fried chicken are back. Glazed in authentic Korean sauce, sweet, spicy, and bursting with bold flavor you won't forget. Crispy, juicy, legendary. Only at KFC. Order now at KFC Dine-In, drive-thru, takeout, or delivery. Because when it comes to flavor, nobody does it like KFC. KFC Korean chicken, finger licking good.
For all your real estate needs, call the professionals at Hoffaday Realty. Jody, Saran, Libby, and Lolita, and they'll take care of you on every step of the real estate process. No worries. Just contact Hoffaday Realty at 588-4232 or 588-HOFFA or email them at hoffadayrealty@gmail.com. They're at 426 Challenge San Antonio, Suite 204 in Tamuning. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. Hoffaday Realty for all your real estate needs.
Jose, Ray was asking what the times are for the break. I said, oh, it's always 30 and 45, but it's my fault. I didn't take it at top of the hour.
They could be floating, but just want to give you guys enough time before we go to the top of the hour news.
Oh.
And we still have another hour to go.
Yes, we do.
A special Veterans with Benefits.
And
Super
Anthony,
special.
you're still there, right? Because I want to tell you who's watching us online so you can say hi to them too. Uncle Johnny. Right. Uncle Johnny's watching. Hey. Elizabeth Kitchu's watching. Auntie Bobby, she's watching. And then Jason at Military Auto Source Guam. I messaged Jason because I saw a vehicle there that he posted. And I was asking him questions, right? Not knowing who I was messaging on Facebook, right? Then he replies back, is this Karina with HMI? I said, yes, it is.
What kind of car was it?
It was, I think it was, I forgot. Was it a Bronco? Those things are nice. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They are nice.
I saw them on the road one time, and I think after that I saw it on Facebook, and I think that's why I messaged him. I was like, what is this car? It's really nice.
Yeah, but don't drive it.
Okay, I won't drive it.
Yeah. Stick to yours and then abuse it. Roll it over, whatever you do,
okay.
And then get a new car.
Okay.
But like a Prius.
Why?
You just look like a girl that drive a Prius.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back to the Kaluza Triangle. So, so before the break, Ray said, oh, so the VA just screws up. I said, no, we have to cover the Kaluza Triangle because this is law. You're getting a mini boot camp right now. Those that are listening, this is law. You cannot get past it. What are the 3 things we need for service connection?
Current diagnosis.
In-service event.
What, we couldn't hear you. Say it again.
In-service event.
Okay, and then?
Medical nexus.
and current diagnosis. Okay. So in 1995, veteran Kaluza kept getting denied and denied and denied. So he said, okay, VA, I'm just going to sue you. So he took the VA to court. When you take the VA to court, you take the VA secretary at the time to court. So he won his case, Kaluza versus Brown, 1995. All you veterans that keep getting denied, look it up. Because 3 things need to be true. Number 1, you need the current diagnosis. And we're not talking about diagnosis in 2002. We're talking about 2025, 2026. The second thing you need is in-service event. What happened to you while you were active duty? The last thing you need is a nexus. Now, the word nexus means link. It's an independent medical opinion from a doctor that says your current diagnosis is directly linked to your time in service. Then and only then will you get a service connection. Sure, you might have all of them and the VA still denies you. That's okay, because you just keep appealing and appealing because there's no deadline to appeal. To that veteran that I was talking about earlier, that's what you need to do. Appeal and appeal and appeal.
With each appeal, do you need to update your current diagnosis?
Good question. So Jose said, with each appeal, what do you turn in? You have to turn in new and relevant evidence. Now, this is something you've never given to the VA before, whether that be a new buddy statement, a new lay statement, which is your own statement, or a new doctor's diagnosis, or a nexus letter. Anthony, are you there?
I'm all ears.
Did you put us on mute? Probably.
I'm here. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, go ahead.
Well, because we were talking about a veteran that I heard about earlier that is so mad that his nexus letter that he turned in was denied. And this is why. And Ray goes, isn't it sometimes the VA screws us up? Yes, they do. That's why we keep appealing and appealing, because you can have all 3 elements and still get denied. Because guess what? VA has to report to Congress. They have to report their numbers. And the rater would much rather deny you than read all your evidence you turned in just to get you on a number, just to get the numbers there. So when the VA Secretary Collins says we're looking at claims faster than ever, it's because they're using AI. And there's a little code thing in there when we read it that says they're using AI. And that's why we just have to keep appealing.
And the thing is too, right, when they talk about like deny if you must and grant if you can and deny if you must. Mm-hmm. So essentially what they're saying, right, is that, look, our job is to try to get them their benefits, right? It's not to deny them. But if they don't have the things that you need, of course they can try their best to say, look, you don't have this. And they allow you the opportunity to take care of that again, So that's something we got to consider as well, that it doesn't end right after they deny you. And in their defense, they're only given so much time, like a quota, for them to figure out, what they're going to do next with your claim. So that's where they have to get involved and work on it and, see what they can do.
Mm-hmm. Last week you were on the Vet Talk radio show. And
just this past Wednesday.
Yes, and Marie called in, and she was talking about the caregiver program.
Yes.
And then we shared that you wrote a letter to the congressman about a lot of veterans not being able to access the base. And so I did reach out, asking for an update. And they don't have one yet, but they did say they're working on it, the congressman's office.
Right.
And that's a federal mandate, right?
Yes.
So it's not about a change in command at the base.
No.
It's about somebody is not following the federal mandate.
Yes, and they're creating their own policy.
But there are some parts of that policy that allow the base commander some, latitude to do some of the things that he feels are, relevant to keeping the base safe. Of course, the posture of the base, right? So, like, if there's something like going on that they have to elevate their posture, right? Then they start to need to start making it more of a defense type of posture where they have to really look at what's going on, and it becomes more of the priority of how do we get us battle ready as opposed to
their main mission.
Just allowing. Yeah, there you go. It's mission oriented. So very good. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that too. Right? Is the base commander has the ability to try to limit access, but it's not designed because they don't want us to have access. It's just a mission. If the mission dictates that they must shut down and pay attention, then that's what they'll do. They'll shut down and pay attention to the mission.
But I think what you're talking about is the trusted traveler. So there's no longer trusted traveler where you could just drive in. But what we're talking about is the caregiver program. So what Anderson Pass an ID and Navy Pass an ID are doing is they're requiring those that have the Veteran Health Identification Card who have percentages from 0 to 90 to go and get a caregiver letter, which is a completely different program. Caregiver letter means you're homebound, you need someone to watch you 24/7, take care of you, feed you. So they're making those that aren't worse off to get that letter, to get an agent letter. And they're confusing the two programs, which shouldn't happen. And so when I went to meet with the new security director at Navy, he didn't even know that veterans that are service connected 0 to 90% with the Veteran Health Identification Card can access the base. He had no clue. So when I tried to explain things to him, he kept talking over me. So I said, okay, forget it. I just got up and left the meeting, and I said, it's okay. I'll just let the congressman take care of this. Because he didn't know. He didn't know his job, and I really wonder what GS he is. Oh, we're taking a break already? Oh, we're taking a break. We'll be right back, Anthony. Just stay on the line.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
We're going to be back after the Fox News, top of the hour news.
Yay.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Survivors. I'm Sue Guzman, Fox News. The U.S. military confirming that 8 people have been killed in a plane crash in western Alaska.
The crash happened at Cape Newenham Long Range Radar Site Airport. That's 450 miles west of Anchorage. U.S. Air Force Lieutenant General Robert Davis reacted to the deadly crash, saying, quote, "This is a devastating loss for our military family and the communities we serve." 2 pilots and 6 passengers were on board the Cessna 441 that took off from Anchorage. At this time, it's not clear what brought that plane down. The identity of the passengers also remains unknown at this hour.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty. Severe storms wreaking havoc along the East Coast Thursday. A man was killed, a woman injured in a lightning strike in Cape Charles, Virginia. And a rare tornado struck Nassau County, New York on Long Island, injuring a man in Atlantic Beach and damaging cabanas and scattering debris along the sand. An Albany, New York woman under arrest in what authorities say was a plot to kill lawmakers by setting off a bomb at the state capitol. Federal authorities say 35-year-old Jessica Bowie is facing federal terrorism charges.
As alleged, this defendant was radicalized online and spread messages of hate and violence against the American people.
Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of New York, John Sarcone. A U.S. aircraft carrier headed home to California now after a long deployment in the Middle East.
American sailors aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln are finally starting a 13,000-mile, month-long journey back home to San Diego. They're being replaced in the Arabian Sea by the USS George Washington after a deployment that lasted 9 months instead of an expected 6, leading to complaints about quality of life and food aboard. This is happening as the Iran war enters a new phase, and that might mean no more big bombs.
America's listening to Fox News.
You never never know who might be taking the quiz.
Hi, I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist.
Hey everyone, it's Phil Simms.
Hey everyone, it's Danica McKellar. It's Candace Bushnell.
I'm Jeremiah Brown.
Hey everyone, I'm Kix Brooks.
I'm John Taffer.
I'm Jennifer Eden.
Everybody's Kevin Nealon.
It's Mr. Wonderful here, and it's time to take the quiz.
5 questions in less than 5 minutes every day. Listen and follow at thequiz.fox.
The world of business moves fast. Stay on top of it with the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday. Fox Business reporters, anchors, and hosts will bring you beneath the stock market speculation and boardroom drama to tell you about the biggest business stories of today. Whether you're on Main Street or Wall Street, Fox Business is invested in you.
Listen to the Fox Business Rundown every Monday and Friday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
The Texas prosecutor who oversaw the conviction of teenager Carmelo Anthony in the deadly stabbing of Austin Metcalf at a track meet last year says both sides agreed to hold back evidence that risked inflaming the racially charged case as the defense now seeks a new trial.
Prosecutors say that Anthony had a history of getting into fights, was obsessed with knives and guns, and fantasized about stabbing someone. In one text message to his girlfriend, Anthony said, "When I stab somebody, I'm going to lick their blood off the blade." In court, defense attorneys also shared a long list of what they say are examples of Austin Metcalf bullying minority students, being physically violent and using racist language.
Fox's Garrett Teddy reporting from McKinney, Texas. The hearing is set to continue today. A defense witness in a Massachusetts courtroom testifying Thursday that Lindsay Clancy reported hearing a male voice telling her to kill her 3 children in 2023. Details from Fox's Brian Yennis.
Defense witness Sheila Kavanaugh says that she met Lindsay Clancy the morning after she killed her 3 children and some 200 times after that. And Kavanaugh testified that Lindsay several times blamed a persistent male voice in her head for doing it. But prosecutors say none of Lindsay's 4 doctors who are treating her have any record of her experiencing psychosis or hearing voices. This comes after a defense psychologist said he heard Lindsay tell her husband a male voice ordered her to kill the kids and herself, and she had no appreciation for the wrongfulness of her act.
Supporters wearing pink gathering outside the courthouse yesterday in support of Clancy, saying that the mental health system failed her. 2 former organizers of Hong Kong's decades-old vigil in remembrance of the 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown have been convicted in a national security case under a new Chinese law. It has all but ended Hong Kong's pro-democracy movement. I'm Sue Guzman. This is Fox News.
With the United credit card from First Hawaiian Bank, your everyday spend can take you places. Your morning coffee, your shopping list, your gas fill-up. They can all earn United Mileage Plus miles towards your next adventure. It could be groceries today and a trip tomorrow. Apply by October 31st, 2026, and if approved, earn 45,000 bonus miles when you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. To turn your everyday purchases into endless adventures, it all starts with yes. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit one of our branches or go to fhb.com/United.
Boss, I got run over by a forklift.
Boss, I crashed a company truck.
What do we do? Our warehouse and inventory are gone.
Hi, this is Dave Silva from AB Risk Solutions, and it's time for Risk 101. Everything you just heard are examples of risk your businesses can face. Our job is to ask the hard what-if questions and teach you how to reduce your exposures and help you recover if things go sideways. We've got decades of experience in Micronesia working with businesses big and small. Call AB Risk Solutions today at 777-2668 for a free inspection and quote.
AB Risk Solutions, formerly known as Aon.
Boss 104, Star 101, The Point, and Micronesia Mall present the 3rd Annual Home and Lifestyle Expo. Saturday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Micronesia Mall Center Court. Join us as we showcase an abundance of Guam businesses to help you buy a home and create a lifestyle that tailors to you. Booth spaces are available now, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that specializes in landscaping, realty, furniture, home insurance, and more, call 671-888-RDIO. That's 888-7346 and ask for Doris, Daryl, Shanzi, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Home and Lifestyle Expo, don't hesitate to call us. 671-888-7346. See you soon.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits. It is 1,800 hours and 7 minutes. Time for part 2 of a special Veterans edition of the Veterans Benefits Show with your hosts, Karina, Ballista, and Ray Shinohara.
Super special.
All right, part 2. Do we still have Anthony on the line? I don't know.
We're
gonna work on those lines.
Just so everybody knows, we're having some power fluctuations right now. So if we get cut off, we're sorry. We'll do our best to reconnect.
Yes. Are we on? I think we're on. Let me see.
Sounds like we're on.
Where's Chuck? Chuck, you didn't message me. Where are you?
Chuck's busy.
Chuck normally watches the YouTube and was like, "Hey, you're on.
There
You're
we go.
not on." It's like fluctuating, but the whole island is going through this.
Yeah.
Right. The load shedding, because the peak hours is what 5 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have some.
I don't know if I
Gray
hit this
weather.
button or not hit the button. Not
Hit the
sure
button.
what's happening.
Press it all the time. Go, go, go.
I don't know.
Hey,
What are we
Hoffaday,
doing there?
are you online?
No, I don't think there's anyone there.
Oh.
I'll come in there. Don't worry. We'll get it.
Okay, it's like blinking weird. It's like Christmas lights. It's green, it's red, it's blue, and it's like a cream color.
Cream.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's not white. White as in white cream color. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I
It's
don't know
like
what you're
cream.
talking about.
Yes.
There's a light.
Look, it's like Christmas lights. It's like red, green, cream. Speaking of that, I think we're 30 weeks away from Christmas.
Oh, are you you a person who counts down Christmas?
No,
I don't.
I'm just saying.
When it stops.
Okay. It's clear? Oh, not yet. Not yet. Okay. So, speaking of that, while he checks on that, we have, what is it? Reach Across America.
Yeah.
Which just reminded me. Because Reach Across America is a national fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are one of a few nonprofits that participate in Reach Across America. So if you don't know what it is, you can donate to a nonprofit organization that registered as a nonprofit organization. So when you purchase a wreath for $17 for those that are family members that are resting at the VA cemetery, then HMI gets $5. So it's a fundraiser that we participated in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And
Get your wreaths now.
yes, because the
Not
deadline
in December. Now.
the deadline is November because it has to be shipped here because
Yeah.
these are live, fresh wreaths.
So if you're watching this online, get your phone out, scan that QR code, open up your camera, and then a URL will pop up. Click on that URL and get yourself a wreath.
Yes. And I feel bad, right? I see this all the time for those spouses or family members that are in the ceremony and they see all these pretty wreaths and they see everyone going to get their wreaths and, well, how do I get one? Well, you have to order it. I'm so sorry. You can't get it the day of. You have to order it ahead of time. So you can scan that QR code, or if you go to wreathsacrossamerica.org, search HMI and our link will pop up and then you just purchase it. So the great thing about it is you can purchase it, and if they're not resting at the VA cemetery, but let's just say, for example, they're at Guam Memorial, then you can take your wreath from the pickup area and then take it to Guam Memorial.
Or PD. Or any cemetery.
Any cemetery that they're resting at. And it's beautiful. So the way the ceremony works is
And it smells like Christmas.
Yes, it does. You take your wreath, you take it to their resting place, you say their name, and you salute. It's really nice. And for those that purchased it and you want another volunteer to place it for you, I know there's ROTC who come out, and I think there is ROTC, and then there's also Red Cross that comes out, and then the Girl Scout come out, and they place these wreaths for you.
With cookies? No cookies. No cookies. Darn.
No cookies. We lost him, Jose?
We didn't lose him. He's busy.
Yeah, I text him to call back, so we'll see. Okay. But we did get a confirmation from a listener that said that we are still on air.
Okay.
And still broadcasting.
Was that Chuck Hazard? Just kidding.
No.
I just wanted to say his name because he couldn't make it tonight. He had a church event.
No. Earlier we were talking about the symposium, right? And it was at UOG, which has really great programs for veterans if they're trying to pursue their education. Earlier this year we had a law that was presented and approved to help veterans get access if they've already exhausted all of their federal benefits, to include their GI Bill and everything like that, to go to school if the space is available. That's a really cool program for any veterans that are looking to pursue further education. And it's not just your bachelor's. You can do your master's. You go to GCC and get your associate's degree too. But another benefit that we have as veterans, whether you are in the era that had their Montgomery GI Bill to your 9/11 GI Bill. And, if you haven't been listening to some of the changes, they talked about only being eligible to go to school under the 9/11 GI Bill within 10 years. Now it's forever. So as long as you exhaust the entirety of your GI Bill, you could go to school. A lot of really cool programs that are at the University of Guam. I'm an alumni from there. Karina is kind of almost there. A lot, and that's a common thing for veterans, right? They go through the education system, find it difficult, or life comes and impedes them from getting that actual degree. What we're telling you now, that's a benefit that we have, and go after it and get that degree if that's what you want, or use it for something that you could practically use. And one of the cool programs that they have right now, I don't know if you guys noticed when you're driving through Agana, closer to the water side, there is a dive company that is advertising that they'll take the GI Bill, right? So you could become a diver. And there's other programs that are like that, to include like being a pilot. I don't think they have one here on Guam, but they definitely have it in other states. But understanding what you could use your GI Bill for, so you could obtain specific licensures, degrees, certifications, and everything like that. It is available for you. Yes, it is painful to initially start because you have to sign up for everything, register, and make sure that the VA is actually paying that bill. And once you have that process set, it's a regular thing. Like every semester, you're paying for the bill, just signing the paper saying that you're going to school. But if you're utilizing that GI Bill, use that as a full-time job. You get a really cool stipend. You get really cool BAH, so they pay for your housing while you're going to school. It's a full-time job. So put all your effort into getting that degree. I see a lot of veterans that go through it, are swamped with work, family, and whatever, and then eventually stop going to school and stop pursuing their degree, which they initially wanted to get. And I'm telling you right now, go after it. Get back on that horse and ride it until you get that degree, because that degree is just like, it's a benefit that we have. Why not utilize that? Plus, at the end of the day, you get that degree, whether it's in business or psychology or whatever you want to pursue, and you get to be one of those professionals in the, in that career or that field, and you can make a difference with it. If you're just getting the degree or going to school just for that BH, because the BH is really nice out here.
22, right?
Man, you are wasting it if you're just after that. It's about 2,400.
2,400, yeah.
So
it's the BH of E5 with dependents.
Yeah. So you're getting that BH. That's money you could use for rent and everything. If you're already entitled with your VA disability benefits, that's extra money. You could apply for the Pell Grant, which is equivalent to, I think, 2,400. So money on top of money. And then if you want, there's other grants out there specifically for veterans or specifically for individuals from certain wars, eras, or statuses, especially for children of Gold Star family members. Tons of benefits, but tons of opportunities to get that education if you're interested in it. If you want more, you can always give us a call and we can inform you a little bit more about it.
And I like how Ray called me out, like Karina, because I told him during the break.
How many credits? How many credits?
40 credits away.
Weak sauce.
From graduating.
Go get it done.
Oh, I thought I explained why I stopped going to UOG.
Take one class.
It was during COVID. I was going full time, and my instructor didn't understand how to use what is it? What was it before? Zoom. Didn't know how to use Zoom. Would turn off the camera and disable the comments.
Wait, did you go during COVID?
Yeah, I did.
That's probably why.
One semester. No.
That got a lot of people, actually.
I quit during COVID because everything went online and they didn't know how to operate the system, and I was just wasting my time. And then I ran into.
Were you really wasting your time?
No. Well, yes.
Or you didn't make time?
No. Wasting time.
Gotcha.
So was it last year or 2 years ago, Dr. Enriquez? We were talking, and then I told her, yeah, I'm 40 credits away. She goes, go back to school. I'm going to have someone call you. Sure enough, an hour later, I was getting a phone call from enrollment at UOG. But I didn't prioritize it.
Mm-hmm. And what did I just tell everybody? Do it.
Yep, I didn't prioritize it.
Yeah, because there's so many opportunities after that, right?
Yes.
Whether it's a job that you want to pursue, or if you want to pursue further education, getting your graduate or PhD or doctorates, there's a difference between the two. And go after it, because we could compound those benefits with, I need to establish a job. So let me use the Voc Rehab or the VNRE program so I could do my master's graduate level stuff. A lot of people try to do that, but you have to make sure that it revolves around what you're trying to do and your goals afterwards for employment. And then there's tons of grants that are out there for veterans to use. And it's really cool. And then a lot of people forget that, especially me in my era, we were afforded the Montgomery. I paid into the Montgomery, forgot about the Montgomery. So it's still money that's in that system that we could still use. Anybody out there that, was pre-2000 and you paid that Montgomery GI Bill, you still have it and you could still use it and get that education. And on top of that, with, the law that we just passed, or Senator Borja helped assist to pass, with the space available classes, right? It may not be the classes that you need, but they're classes that you could attend, and that's credits that could work towards your GE that you have to do. And it just makes it a little bit simpler.
And I think part of his bill was dependents, right? Dependents can use it as well, which is great because, a lot of veterans transferred their GI Bill benefits to their children.
So technically, they've exhausted their federal side, and then now they could use what Guam is willing to give them. And let me tell you, that was a crazy debate and session to get that approved. And
I wish we were there. There was some reason why I couldn't.
You can find it on the internet. I suggest everybody watch that and then reevaluate who you're going to vote for.
We should find it and then show it at our next show.
Yeah,
because Ray does that in the morning. Jose, he shows clips, and I want to do that. We really should, because you and I weren't there to testify, and we're veterans. For some reason, some senators think that our service wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
That's not. That is no go, no bueno.
They actually said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I put that thing on repeat.
That are having these veteran meetups.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's show you the truth. Okay.
Wow.
Anyways, let's go to the comments online.
Go for it.
Uncle Johnny, what did he say? Oh, alert, power outage in Teton. Unacceptable. Then he says, Gov Guam should pay for the wreaths representing every son and daughter of Guam. Yes, Uncle Johnny keeps saying this. We did the math. I think it's going to be $50,000 to purchase a wreath for every.
You just got to explain that to the taxpayers.
Yeah, right.
Because that's who pays for it.
And then Uncle Johnny said,
people should just do it on their own.
Right. And then he said, isn't it more funner to have a 2-hour show? Great show. Thank you, Uncle Johnny. Isn't it more funner? Yes, because now Ray has more time to pick on me because, I was in the chair force.
I never said anything about that.
Oh.
But yes, you were in the chair force.
Oh, my God. I need to show pictures of me in uniform when I was in Germany, standing watch.
When you're modeling?
Let me just...
look at my rifle with no rounds in it.
They were on our person.
This is a soft defense.
The mags were on my person.
This is a soft defense.
The mags? What mags? The magazines?
Go ahead, Jose.
No, how many rounds fit in a magazine? Standard?
It depends on what weapon you have.
Depends on how many pages in the magazine.
Which weapon did you have?
Jose's trying to say something.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said depends on how many pages in the magazine. Just kidding. I know what he's talking about.
What were you trying to say
There was this really cool... I took some really long flights because I went to the States.
Right.
And then on the way back, I took a side trip to a very rainy Japan. Anyways, I watched a video documentary on, Top Gun.
Yeah.
And that's a fictional story, but it's based on real flight schools.
Right.
In the Marines, in the Navy.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's Air Force.
Yeah.
That's Navy.
It's the Navy Marines.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was really cool to see these guys and girls, these ladies.
Yeah.
Just precision.
Yeah.
Precision in what they do and even the crew around them that support these flight schools.
And that particular movie, I personally think was like, it was good to see, right? You get to see a glimpse of a little bit of like what's inside or what's in store if you want to pursue that kind of career, right? And then we have all these movies that are coming out about the war, Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff like that now. And, some of us who know realize that some of those stories are BS.
True.
It's so sad. People just want to tell a story.
A cool show, and it's not just because it's one of my favorite shows out there. You ever watch NCIS?
Yes.
Okay, so
Which
there's
one?
the original.
Okay.
With the main protagonist is Gibbs, right?
Gibbs.
Jethro Gibbs. He is a Marine.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of episodes that deal with veterans
and rules,
and frustration veterans. Yeah, and rules. A great thing to watch, and things that I did not know that happened to veterans. They portray it on that program.
Yes.
Or retirees, because they still fall under the law.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So those are it's a good capture of like, military rule and law, because like outside that's a different law. Inside the military installation, man, you could get tagged for a bunch of things, like even things that don't even exist.
Yeah, and when
it's just to
dependents
keep
get
good
tagged.
order, but to give the power to that officer, so you can't get away from him. Like especially if you're guilty, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen in the military, legal wise. But man, it is a interesting thing to like think about, like what protects that particular service member and what could happen to him if he violates specific things, especially like OPSEC or giving up the information, small information. And I don't know why people aren't getting in trouble now, because they're like
dating Chinese
videoing each other
No,
on ship or stuff. Like what happened off set?
And that's why Department of War, remember, he was saying you guys are gonna have to give up your phones.
Oh yeah,
because you guys OPSEC, you guys are
so
giving
hard.
away the position, and the enemy is watching.
What's the
Always
latest
watching.
news about the carrier or the warship that
went
They're
swimming?
complaining about the food.
Yeah.
The spaghetti.
They're complaining
That's
about.
what I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of veterans that are getting on and trying to get their spiel out. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own experience. Like whatever you eat, sure.
It
whatever.
turned out not even to be it turned out to be a ship that was in dock anyways.
Yeah.
So, but the thing about it is, social media has changed the military in a way that
bunch of tattletales.
Yes.
it's kind of positive because people get to see it, and also just be in awe of everything that a soldier or a seaman or a Marine goes through. I don't want to go down the list because I don't know everything.
Yeah, the Air Force, they complain all the time. They have. What do you guys have, like ice comments or something?
We do. Take
I don't
this
know what that
survey.
is.
How was your service?
Blisters from changing the thermostat.
Just kidding.
Blisters from changing the thermostat.
Oh
Just so
my
you guys
gosh.
know, the Air Force deploys. Like recently, the Air Guard just deployed,
That's
I think,
true.
100 airmen.
South America.
When
yes.
people
watch
say that you
civilians.
don't deploy, we deploy. The
They
Air
do.
Force
They
does
do.
deploy.
One of my friends, she's an Air Force lady too. You've met her, Rena. Like every time I was deployed, she was in the transition areas that we were like, is it Kyrgyzstan? Yeah, Kyrgyzstan. Right. So she would be there and she'd be like, yeah, if you need anything, let me know. And then I'd get in trouble because
You went to go visit her? Or
No,
you got
it had
something
nothing to do with that. I'd get in trouble before I even went to go visit her because we would get it because they had a 2-beer rule, and the Marines would beat up a couple airmen for their beers because they had unlimited. Marines beat them up, yeah, for their beers, and then we get drunk, and then now we're isolated to our bivouac area. Do you know what a bivouac is?
Stop it.
And then no more fun until you have to deploy to the place you're supposed to go to.
So let's just like transition a little bit because
Go for it.
there are a lot of offices that we invited to the symposium
Yeah.
that did not come.
Oh man.
I'm just going to name a few.
Well, I didn't come, so I'm guilty of it.
But we
Sorry.
knew that you had something to do, so you can't call me out for talking for 30 minutes about this amazing symposium that we had.
It was amazing.
5th year, by the way, number
Boom.
5.
Boom.
5th year.
How do you say that in Chamorro?
Number 5?
Yeah.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Lima.
Lima. Look, he
Toca.
wants to pick on me. The service,
Finu Chamorro, he's
the
Finu Haza?
culture.
Okay.
I could sing in Chamorro, but I can't speak Chamorro.
Oh, man. Do you know what you're saying when you're singing it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
Just to the beat in your head?
Yes.
Nice. I do that when I'm marching.
God.
Oh, there's the sound. Gotta take a break, guys.
That's his marching sound. We have 3. Yes, we're going to take a break now? Okay, we're taking a break. You're listening to Veterans with Benefits. We'll be right back.
Guam, get ready. Wendy's Mandarin Chicken Salad is back. It's time to burst with flavor with the island's favorite salad. Fresh, flavorful, and island vibes in every bite. Made with mandarin oranges, crunchy almonds, crispy noodles, grilled chicken, and all tossed in that irresistible Asian sesame dressing. Don't miss the citrusy comeback everyone's been waiting for. Tangy, tasty, and totally refreshing, just the way you remember it. Swing by your nearest Wendy's location and grab your Mandarin Chicken Salad today.
When it comes to lung cancer, early detection is the key, but lung cancer doesn't always show symptoms, especially early on. GRMC's lung cancer screening offers a quick, low-dose CT scan to detect lung cancer before it spreads. If you're between 50 and 80 years old and have smoked or quit within the last 15 years, this screening could help you take control of your health. Call 671-645-5500, extension 4891, or visit grmc.gu to see if you qualify for this life-saving screening. Don't wait. Take action today with GRMC.
Another veteran.
And we're back.
Whoops.
You guys should really hear the thing they talk about when this thing is off. Sometimes we don't know when it's red. Can you guys see in the camera? What can I see the red?
No, not yet. Hold on, we could do it right there.
When it's red, that means we're live.
Right there.
And sometimes we forget that the camera
Whoopsies.
that we're live. So I was telling Ray, there are some people that we invited to the symposium that didn't make it. One was the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs, and I sent official emails, no response.
Oh, man.
The other one was the Guam Vet Center.
Come on, guys. Really?
I know, right?
You should have been there.
I know. But guess what? Guess what HMI did? We created slides that we found from the, open information from va.gov. And I created slides. And what it did was it showed the services that they offered, who's eligible, and what number to call, and where to find them. Most veterans don't even know they exist.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share what you know about the Guam Vet Center?
So the Guam Vet Center is a service provided by the VA to help transitioning veterans with their mental health, right? They provide counseling, they provide education, they provide therapy for those veterans that need it, right? So if you've served 1 day or 30 years, like you're eligible to go and utilize their programs. We talked about this before too. Sometime if you're interested in getting mental health services, and I did want to talk about this today, go after it. It's out there. If you're having a hard time getting a hold of the Guam Vet Center, whether you're calling them up or going to their office, because a lot of federal buildings and stuff now they're locking their doors and putting cameras in the front. I don't know why. I do know why, but like at the end of the day, they should be open for veterans to come in and utilize their services. And sometimes when we lock that door and we're just waiting for appointments, you're not capturing the people that may need it right there and right now. But for those veterans that ever experience something like that, don't ever take no for an answer. The VA is there, especially for when it comes to psychological services, to be there for you. There's a lot of money that goes into mental health when it comes to the VA. And if they're not doing that, bang on their door, call them until, your phone battery dies. But go get that service. I just finished talking to a veteran earlier today about getting services with them. And sometimes veterans will knock on the door or call and they won't get an answer for it. And they'll give up. They lose faith in the system. And sometimes it's the help of another veteran telling them to go pursue it. Keep doing it. Keep calling. And then when you actually do talk to somebody, they'll help you. They'll set your appointment and everything like that if they don't cancel it. But it's out there to help you. So if you're a veteran that's struggling with anger, anxiety, or any negative experience or emotion, go get help at the vet center. If you want to talk to somebody that's not from Guam, that you probably are not related to, then you could always go to the CBOC and talk to your primary care provider to go seek telehealth for mental health, whether it's counseling. And they'll give you like a room, or they'll give you a link that you could use so you could talk to them on your phone. And you could have regular sessions with somebody who's willing to listen to whatever you're going through. And it's very important, especially for individuals that are struggling with their mental health, or veterans that have been to combat and are dealing with PTSD. Go get the help, right?
One of the interesting eligibility that I read about with the vet center is that they help active duty.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So some of the things they help active duty with is grieving, right? If they've lost someone. And I could imagine, because, we read about that veteran that was in a car accident in Jigo, right? Active duty security forces up at Anderson. And in the news article I read about him was that his family wasn't even notified. No contact with GPD. The only contact they had was with the Air Force. And, their family is one that could get the services from the vet center. Mm-hmm. That's one eligibility that I was, surprised to read about, because I thought, this is only for veterans. Mm-hmm. And Jose, I'm sending you the slides that HMI created for the vet center, because they did not respond. So I'm sending it to you so you could share the what do you call it? The contact information. So I just want to read what a vet center is and what it isn't. So a vet center is not a medical clinic. It's free. Mm-hmm. It's confidential. It's non-medical and open door. But you just said that they're not open door.
It's a closed door. Very closed and locked.
Right. Closed, locked. You have to hit a button, and good luck if they answer it.
Yep.
And so any character discharge, no service-connected rating needed, and you do not have to be enrolled in VA healthcare. You're still eligible. And, it kind of makes me upset, because I wanted them to come, because I wanted them to answer to a veteran that we sent there who needed mental health help. Mm-hmm. But he had no service connection. The VA kept denying him. And I said, and he didn't have any insurance. So while he was working on applying for Medicare, he still needed help.
Medicaid.
So or something. I don't know the difference between the two.
Medicaid is more from the state. The Medicare is from the federal side.
Okay, yes, because he's not working, has no income. So Medicaid? Okay. Yep. So while he was waiting for that, he needed mental health help. Mm-hmm. So I looked at his DD-214 and I said, yeah, go there. He was turned away.
Yeah.
But after doing research on them, they could have helped him.
Right.
But they didn't.
No, absolutely. And, for individuals that are experiencing the same, kind of experience, we also have Guam Behavioral Health, right? Mm-hmm. If you need counseling or you need, an assessment done, they could do an assessment on the spot. I'm pretty sure right now it's 24 hours. You could just go and get an assessment, and then you could get scheduled to seek counseling or therapy. And there's a difference between the two, especially when it comes to medication. Vet center is definitely not going to give you any medication. It's really there for talk and counseling.
Mm-hmm. So let me read who qualifies. So served on active duty in any combat theater or area of hostility, served on an unmanned area vehicle crew supporting operations in a combat theater or area of hostility, current or former Coast Guard member who took part in a drug interdiction operation, provided mortuary services or direct emergency medical care to treat casualties of war while on active duty, served on active duty in response to a national emergency or major disaster declared by the president or ordered by a governor or chief executive in response to disaster or civil disorder. This could be anyone that responded to the KL crash here in Guam.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our Guard and Reserve were activated to go help. And then current reserve component member in a drill status, including active reserve who need to address a behavioral health condition or psychological trauma related to service.
Yeah.
So
and that's not even limited to like, okay, we start thinking about like diagnosis and stuff like,
Right.
and, you know, sometimes you think because you're struggling with something, you're going to get in trouble for it, like alcoholism or drug use. You could definitely go to the vet center and go seek that help. Because it's a counseling service, you know, we're mandated to keep everything, you know, closed book. None of that information is going to be shared out unless that information that you are sharing is going to harm yourself or somebody else, or in you know, to commit a crime, right? That's the only time they'd have to be, you know, reporting anything. But if you're talking about like drug use or like you have problems with your alcoholism and you're just drinking too much and you think you're going to get in trouble for work, whether you're on active duty or whatever, like that's not the case. They're there to protect you, to help treat you for whatever conditions you're experiencing, because alcoholism is a mental health disorder, so is drug use. And we could provide you as mental health providers the skills necessary to overcome those particular negative experiences.
Yeah, and that's you know, good information to know. And then Guam and Micronesia. This is important for us. So Guard and Reserve members are explicitly covered. A full active duty career is not required. Many of our island veterans qualify through Guard service, disaster response activations, or a single deployment. So for those veterans who don't have health care but want to go there, they can go there because, that's another thing I found out, is the records at the vet center is maintained by the vet center. It's not connected anywhere else.
Yep.
And then 3 more ways to qualify: Vietnam era, military sexual trauma, and education benefits. So if you're currently using a covered VA education benefit, like post 9/11, the Montgomery GI Bill, or BRNE, you're covered. You can go there. And you don't need to be enrolled in VA healthcare. You don't have to have a service-connected disability rating. And you may have any character of discharge, which makes me mad because this veteran had all of those and they turned him away. So I'm very sad that they didn't make it. And I'm going to send them a copy of these slides and CC them again and say, hey, by the way, you guys didn't show up. Oh, I have a phone call. You guys didn't show up, but we created these slides for you. Second button, right?
Go for it.
It's Anthony.
Second button, right? Yeah. Okay.
Half a day. Welcome back.
Yes,
There
we
you
can
guys
hear you.
are.
We can hear you. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Yeah, so what I wanted to provide was, so a couple of things is, you know that the reason why vet centers were actually created was actually for the Vietnam veterans, because what was going on was they couldn't get the help they needed. It was only the big city veterans that were getting the help, so all the rural areas weren't getting help. So that gave birth to the vet centers to really provide more care for our Vietnam era veterans. So that's one of the things that they were given. And then we have Guam Behavioral Health. So I was talking to one of the clinics out here, and what they mentioned to me is, you know, they're a 4-pay clinic, right, when it comes to mental health. But they send people over to Guam Behavioral Health if they're indigent or don't have the resources. So that's something to look at. We recently received the Sergeant Fox grant, and it's over at Guam Behavioral Health. They're not ready to release it. I guess there's some requirements that they have to do to ensure that they're able to push that grant out properly. I don't know what those requirements are, but they're ready to work with our veterans locally to really give them some services, because that's what the Sergeant Fox grant is designed to do, is to take care of those folks that have mental health challenges. And, you know, if we get that grant and we're not helping our veterans, now we're really doing a huge, huge disservice to our veterans. That money's for them, to take care of them. So, you know, that's something we got to look at. So anyway, one plug I'd like to do is I recently found out from another veteran healthcare provider, Total Guam, that their setup is done a certain way, but if we get a veteran who pays and goes to their facility, right, by virtue of the way they're set up, one person who pays opens up the ability for one who doesn't have the ability to pay to get seen. So I don't know if that makes any sense. It's saying that if our veterans go to get seen, there's now the ability for somebody, potentially another veteran, who doesn't have the resources to get seen as well. So it just sounds like something that would incentivize our veterans.
Yeah. Like a
go
pay it
there
forward.
and get care. Yes, and it continues to help, and not just our people, not just veterans, but the entire island of Guam. So I really feel that that type of program is priceless for those that don't have any ability to pay. So kudos to Total Guam and what they're doing over there.
That's awesome.
And we send veterans to Total Guam a lot to see Dr. McClure. And we're making him really busy that they have a new mental health provider that they added to their team at Total Guam. So that's great information to hear. So, for all the veterans that do see Dr. McClure and continue to see him, just know, I guess, you're helping someone else.
That's right. And it should encourage us to see him even more, right? Because if I go get seen, at the very minimum, somebody else is going to get seen. So the more I get seen, the more somebody else gets seen. And that's such a good thing to hear. I was really, really happy to hear that from the Total Guam team, And like you said, they're expanding, which is great. And they want to really take care of our veterans. They like how our veterans are customers that they're able to take care of, too. So
Awesome.
Great stuff, guys.
Anthony, going back to the symposium, we had a veteran that shared a story on day one. Remember when we did the benefits boot camp? Remember how we introduced veterans, name, branch of service, and whether or not filed a claim?
Mm-hmm.
It was just supposed to be a brief story, a brief introduction. But this veteran, he came here to get health care from the Philippines, and he loved it here, and he decided to move his family here. And he attended because he said, I found out that there's a benefit available for my wife, and I just want to make sure she's taken care of. And was he a Marine, Anthony?
Yep, he was
a Marine, and his story just inspired all the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think because he was one of the first to introduce himself, it kind of set the tone for all the introductions.
Cool.
Yeah, what he was saying was, you go get it. You do this. You have to do it. So, it sounds a whole lot different when it comes from us and than when it comes from a veteran, and much less a Marine veteran, because our Marines, if they didn't issue it to you, you don't need it, So
Do you hear that? That makes sense.
But it's so crazy because, man, they carry that with them even after they leave service. And I'm like, dude, really? But I love them because, it's like every time we have like a boot camp, right, there's only like one or two Marines, right? And I said, okay, that's all we need. We're covered, We're going to be good, no matter how many people are in the room. One or two Marines, we're good. Everything's fine. So, it's just such a good way to really, set the tone for all our other veterans to get in there. And it sounds different when HMI is saying it, but it makes so much more sense when an older, Vietnam veteran, boots on the ground, this guy, he was doing it all. And he was wondering, why the heck am I not at 100% and some other people are, So that's the kind of thing that, he finally got it. He got it because he didn't give up. And then he just started talking. You hear these guys telling you all these things? Listen to them. Go do it.
Yes.
They're making sense, So he's just really advocating even more about what we should be doing for each other.
We're going to take a quick break, Anthony. We'll be right back. Just hold on the line.
Oh, man. Okay.
Thanks for listening.
It's Bubba back at KFC. Get ready for the return of a crowd favorite. KFC Korean hot wings and KFC fried chicken are back. Glazed in authentic Korean sauce, sweet, spicy, and bursting with bold flavor you won't forget. Crispy, juicy, legendary. Only at KFC. Order now at KFC Dine-In, drive-thru, takeout, or delivery. Because when it comes to flavor, nobody does it like KFC. KFC Korean chicken, finger licking good.
Listen to The Point anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Find your favorite stations like The Point and discover more. Music stations, local and trusted news sources, sports talk and team coverage, plus today's biggest podcasts. Find it all on the Odyssey app. AUDACY.
And we're back.
It's a pretty good intro in. I like it.
It's tugging at my heartstrings.
I think he specifically found it for the show.
Nice.
So I'm going to read the comment Uncle Johnny made online. He said, Anthony, you're still there?
I'm here.
Okay. So Uncle Johnny said, so the vet center isn't being run properly. Unacceptable. Who's the manager? Because before you came on, I was sharing that there are some offices that we invited to the symposium and didn't make it. So the vet center didn't make it. So, we created slides to show the veterans, hey, this is the services available at this place. And Ray and I were talking about the different eligibility and the different programs, right? And who they can see and what you fall into, right? And we kind of geared it towards Guam specific, right? Because the KAL crash, some of the people that responded to that were Guard and Reserve. They got activated to go to the KAL crash. And we do run into those, right, at HMI when we do the outreach. We run into those veterans who don't have health care, can't afford health care, so they're not seeing anyone for mental health. And the vet center offers it for free.
Yep.
Maybe it's too much work.
Oh, well, one of the things why they don't show up, right, is they're very busy, and that's the kind of thing that we need to say, right? They're very busy. But you know what that means as well, right? If they are very busy, we need to hire more people.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's so busy and we have so many veterans that are coming there that need help, don't just not see them. Request for more people to be hired to do this. And by the way, if they can't do it, right, then do what they always do. Send us to Hawaii. Yeah, it costs a lot of money, but it's not your money, number one. And if you're not providing the service, how is that going to help our people? It's not.
Yeah.
So turn it loose, let them get the help, and help them. And by the way, your need to determine what a veteran needs, it's so strict. So if it's so strict, continue to use it and let the veteran get the service, And if not, find a way to get that veteran to get that service somehow or another. By the way, our CBOC has they have a chaplain up there. It's about time we had that chaplain, but nobody knows the number. I don't know what the number is to the chaplain. So, our good friend up there, Dr. McDermott, I'm sure he's going to post that. And, this
477 chaps.
Well, and here's the deal, right?
Different show,
the
Ray.
chaplain can help us. He can take care of us by providing us all this information, and we could call him 24/7, and he could just, make us feel at ease. It's the least we can do to get our veterans to somebody that can at least hold us over for a little bit. Or if it's real serious, act on it, because again, you're a chaplain. That's the job you chose. If you're on active duty, I'm sorry you don't get to sleep in all the time. You get phone calls, you got to answer because you never know. We might have somebody in distress that really, really needs you. So that's something you got to do.
I think we started this section by I asked Ray, Ray, can you share about the Guam Vet Center? Because, I was so frustrated that, we've been trying to get them out right on the radio show, to our boot camps, to our symposium, and just no response. And I really wish, like Uncle Johnny said, who's the manager? When I sent the official email, remember when we went to the opening of the Guam Annex, and we also went to the outreach that happened on Father's Day that only had 9 people in attendance. I told the director, you guys need to do a better job on outreach and informing these veterans. And what better way to do it than to partner with a local nonprofit? And I told them, I have access to hundreds of veterans at any moment. I have all these different WhatsApp chat groups. And oh, by the way, yes, everyone is on WhatsApp on this island. And it's the fastest way to get information out. And you work with local nonprofits in Hawaii. Why can't you do it here in Guam? And so what did I do? I got all the emails for everyone in that room. And when I invited the Guam Vet Center, I CC'd those people. I CC'd the director, the operations guy, the PAO, the secretary to the director. And I'm going to send them these slides next. I'm going to say, hey, by the way, Guam Vet Center didn't show up to our symposium, but I created these slides for you guys. And all this stuff is open source. But veterans don't know how to use it.
Did you put read receipts on it?
No, but I should.
You need to put read receipts.
Right?
Yep.
I should.
Well, here's the thing. So the lady up there that's in charge is Erica Escalante. One of our symposiums, she showed up and answered questions, and she did quite well. And by the way, she's local. So, what I'm trying to say is, if in fact, they're really that busy, we'd like to advocate to get more help to them so that, they have these things to lean back on. So, end of the day, whatever resources are available to our veterans stateside, we're not asking for anything different. We're just asking them to give us that same kind of available resources to us here on Guam. And if you can't do it right, then you need to send us off island to a place where they can do it. And I'm sorry if it hurts or it takes too long or there's too much time. Even better, requests for backup from the department. The VA has a lot of money.
They do.
That money that they have is not to be returned to the federal government. That money is to be used to take care of our veterans, because without the veteran, the Department of Veterans Affairs disappears. They will have a federal job, but they will not have a job taking care of veterans. So more importantly, find the veteran, take care of the veteran, find as much money as we can to help the veteran. And oh, by the way, the more you help the veteran, the more you can get more money and more people under you so you can get a promotion. So keeping yourself unbusy only keeps you at the same amount of money you're going to get every year. So more importantly, it's helping that veteran. And with that, money will come, resources will come.
Yes.
But they got to do that hard work. And I know they're very busy, but talk about it and we'll get some help for them. We'll come in and help them.
I hope so. So, when you said Hawaii, I just returned from a trip to Hawaii. And a lot of veterans do this. They go to Hawaii for an appointment, right? And they have a quick turnaround. You arrive there one day. You arrive in the evening, right? The Hawaii flight. Then the next day you go to your appointment, and then the very next day you leave. So while I was there, I took some pictures because I went to the VA clinic side, which is the mountain side, if you've ever been to Tripler. So I went to the VA clinic because, I'm a veteran. And this is the picture of me walking to that clinic, right? Because if you are at Tripler, you have to find the maze, go through the maze. You have to go to the second floor, then go to the elevator, then walk to the other side. So one important thing that I snapped a picture of was when you travel, you can do a voucher to get reimbursed for your meals, because the VA already paid for your hotel and your flight, but your meals get reimbursed. And I remember in one of the chats, they were complaining about the reimbursement, why aren't they being reimbursed? So I snapped a picture of this, and it says wait time for travel pay. Current processing wait time for paper claims is 40 days. Current processing wait time for online portal claims is 28 days. And, because we deal with veterans and veteran issues at HMI, of course, we have all these resources saved. So, I sent the email for one of the travel ladies that I work with that work at the VA because a veteran saying, hey, it's taking so long for me to get my reimbursement. And when I asked her as well, like, why does it take so long? And here, posted at the VA clinic there, Spark Matsunaga, that's what the clinic is called at Tripler on the other side, mountainside, 40 days is the current processing time. Because if you don't know how to use the online portal, most of our claims are done paper because that's what the VA packet sends us. They send us the paper one. And for those that are not tech savvy, that's how long it takes. So that's one thing I wanted to share. And then the other thing was I'm a traveling veteran. There was a medicine I didn't get a refill for. So I walked up to the pharmacy and I said, hey, this is my ID. I stay in Guam. I need a refill. I don't want to wait. And then they said, hey, yes, have a seat. We'll refill it. And for veterans, that travel to Hawaii often, or you're running out of meds and you just need it, that's something that you can do. So I just wanted to share that information for veterans.
Very good.
Yeah. Sorry. Before the show ended, I want to just, share that information because I forgot that I snapped that picture for veterans.
Cool. And the better we can make it, it's going to help our veterans. But one of the things we may need to start working on is, really fending for ourselves out here. And, if Hawaii's having such a hard time caring for us, right, then let's build something for ourselves out here. And, there's a plan circulating to improve the entire services that are provided from all the different angles, rather than just from because we have such a difficult time dealing with just the VA helping and doing things within the VA system. So what we're going to need to do is get out and figure out all the other pieces from, collecting data, from doing research, the federal government side of other grants aside from the VA, and then maybe even the folks like the people helping us provide, donations from the businesses. So a lot of great stuff.
Do you have anything last to say before we get off air?
Yes, thank you for listening, everyone. I'll be back after the election is over. I might be busy if you all vote me in to win. And thank you guys for all the stuff you do, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Frank?
Thanks, Anthony. A lot of information today. 2-hour special that we had. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
And I always say stay ready, stay informed, and as always, thank you for your service. Thank you all. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jose.
The Point is KUSG, Hagåtña, Guam, 93.3 FM and 104.3 HD3.
Coming home, I'm Ted Lindner, Fox News. The USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier is finally headed back to its home port. Fox's Jill Nato tells us more this morning.
The Lincoln's been at sea for 272 days, and it's still got a long sail ahead with 13,000 miles to get from the Arabian Sea to San Diego. The USS George Washington arrived in the Middle East yesterday to replace the Lincoln. The switch comes as concerns about the Lincoln have been growing, with reports of a stressed-out crew, bad plumbing, and supply shortages. Several Democratic lawmakers